Well, hey, I don't know if anybody's there yet. Doesn't look like it. But we're live. Hey, looks like we got one person in there. Yeah, this all got screwed up, so, yeah, Zach, yeah. Well, Zach, you should have rode with me. I'm headed to Mount Vernon this morning. I can still swing by and pick you up. I haven't left town yet, so. Oh, wow. Yeah, that stuff fades away pretty fast. I got to figure out how to keep that up there. I can't remember how to do that. Let's see. I know there's a way. There's a will, there's a way. Let's see. Some messages such as live, all are available. Super chats, none. Let's see here. One of these days I'm gonna get better at this. I promise. Then they'll change it. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I got a thumbs up too. Great, man. Everybody that's watching, be sure to give us a thumbs up. It'd be cool. So yeah, this is Black Friday. Let's see here. I know there's a way to keep them messages rolling in over there. Just keep pushing these buttons around until I figure out one. That ain't it. That is not it. Oh yeah. Zach Campbell, well, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Zach is a longtime supporter of the channel. In fact, he bought my first camera that I used. That thing got used and abused. It lasted almost 2 years. Oh, let's see. So, yeah, thank you for the super chat. Where am I going? I am going to Mount Vernon. I saw that pop up there and then it went away again. It looks like only one person's watching now. It must be pretty boring, I guess. Oh, shoot. So what are you doing today, Zach? I saw your son's video on YouTube where he's teaching his grandmama how to, or his great-grandma how to do the Trump dance. I thought that was pretty funny. I don't know if he called it that, but that's what it looked like she was doing. So. Let's see. funny, it shows all that stuff, but it doesn't show. But that's over here. What's this do over here? I need to be concentrating because this Mercury Grand Marquis or whatever in front of me is speeding up and slowing down. Yeah, the trees have definitely lost their leaves here, that's for sure. Oh great, this guy's going the same way I am. Oh, got two people watching now. Well, welcome aboard. We're just taking a little Black Friday trip here. I hope you all are out there getting your shopping done early before the tariffs hit. I noticed that today some of the advertisements are advertising pre-tariff sales, which is about the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. But anyway, whatever. They don't realize that the tariffs are going to keep our taxes lower in the long run. They won't for a while, but they will eventually. Go back and study your history. You know, that stuff that they don't teach you in school. Yeah, I'm in Mama RC's van. Mine is up in the air over there at Denny's with the transmission out of it. Hopefully it's not tore up too bad. They think the third and fourth clutch pack busted in it. So that doesn't sound good to me, but then I don't know anything about it. I'll just be honest with you. I've had a 727 apart before and back together successfully, but that's about it. And I can't even remember right now what the transmission in that van is. It's like a Ford LTD or something. I don't know, something like that. I could be wrong. Probably is. It's got a letter in it, I know that. I'd say probably everybody out there today is shopping. Babysitting the grandkids or something. That would be my guess. An estate moving sale. Wow, I wish I had time to go to that. That might be good. Well, back in the day, estate sales were cool to go to. Hi, Mom and Dad, if you're out there watching. You might be watching this live. We had turkey and ham and pies and green bean casserole and corn and green salad. All kinds of good stuff yesterday. Cranberries too, yeah. There's the old Huntingburg Lake over there. It's been cold. It's 34 degrees outside right now. It says on the computer system here in this Toyota. Something blanked out for a minute. Anyway. Zach Campbell did for chat, and I appreciate that. Well, it shows up on the video, but you can see down through here they've got the beet juice and salt brine or whatever sprayed all over the roads. That's why vehicles in this part of the nation, rust down in about 15 years. So anyway, yeah, so it's 34 degrees here. It's almost 10 o'clock a.m. here. I seen on the news this morning where they're talking about going to stop the time change. Well, I remember the last time that went through about 10 years ago, and everybody voted on it, and we didn't want time change again. Well, that's when it really started changing. Now we have to move our clocks forward and back, and everybody around us is on a different time, and You got to talk Evansville time or Louisville time or Southern Indiana time. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. This old boy on the right here's got a pretty good looking junkyard started now. Late model Chevys, pickups and stuff, it looks like. Late model being from like 1990 to present. To me, that's late model. There's Old Glory. Deer back there. Had an inner fender laying on the road and a dead deer. Slow down. This thing's got a cruise control on it. I guess I better put it here. It ain't like my old Chevy pickup. You can tell when you're running 55 or 60 in it. This thing will be doing 75 and not even know it. I got to looking at the picture of the video here and I can see everything whipping by pretty fast. So yeah, we got her slowed down now. Coming up to the little town of Holland, Indiana. Used to be a Holland Dairy here. They made all kinds of stuff. Well, they packaged and sold milk, of course, and then they made ice cream and all that kind of stuff. They got bought out a few years back, so I don't remember what the name of the big milk company that bought them out, but factory's still there, but not like it used to be. Yeah, it sounds like somebody's texting me. I don't know what you do. I don't know what this thing does when you get a text, but I guess I can't see them, so that's fine. Whoever's trying to get a hold of me will just have to wait. I had to move the old brown bag this morning in case Kelly needs to go somewhere so she can get the convertible out. I didn't want to drive it out here because I knew they'd have the beet juice and salt brine and everything all over the roads, and I don't want to get that thing all salty, so. Because that salt and beet juice has just literally eaten my work van up. This one's not in too bad a shape, but we try to keep it washed off, but it's hard to hard to keep them rinsed off in the wintertime. I mean, this one's not too rusty underneath. That GMC Savannah of mine, that thing is, I mean, the frame is solid, but the rocker panels, everything all along that era, or that lower level of the truck is rusted out. But it's only got to last another year or so. It's going to find a new home. Or else I'll make a burnout van out of it or something. That's what I'd like to do. If the channel was making enough money where I could afford to just basically throw it away, I'd cut the top off of it and make it like an El Camino. Because it's got a positive track rear end under it. Even with that little V6 that's in there, it'll turn the tires. Got another thumbs up, thank you. Be sure and make some comments down there. Talks amongst yourselves if you have to. Well, we're getting ready to get up here and get on the super slab. We'll take that all the way pretty close to the Illinois state line. Well, I've got two people in there now. Welcome aboard. Degrees out now. I still don't want to run the cruise control because there'll be a slick spot someplace. Ask me how I know about that. That cruise control, when you're on an icy road or even a wet road, it's not too good of a thing. Sure who all's in there watching, but jump in there and say hi. Hello. Give me a wave. Hit the heart button. Do something, yeah. Oh, good morning, John. Yeah, well, we're just out on the road here a little bit. Gotta go down and take some pictures of a house. That's what I do. Or that's one of the things I do. Or that I'm still doing. I'm about to get tired of doing it. Probably another year. Doing 75 and that people just passing me right and left. Some kind of Dodge there, I don't know. I could have swore it said Z28 on the side of it, but that's a Dodge. That wouldn't have been a Z28. I don't know. You guys out there, you'll have to tell me what kind of Dodge that is. I don't have any clue. If it's not a 70s model vehicle or older, I probably don't know what it is. Still holding a meager 36 degrees out. If it was any colder, I'd probably drive in the left lane because this one lane's got a lot of moisture on it. And it could still be slick. Like we got somebody else that just jumped in there. Welcome aboard. We're just taking a little trip. And I figured since we're taking a little trip, well, to just turn the camera on. Try to do a live on Friday mornings. Last Friday I couldn't do one, I had to work. Next Friday I won't be able to either because I've got to go do some inspections. We'll try to get back to these Friday morning lives. Well, we got somebody else in there. Be sure and say howdy so I know who you are. Hoping Lars would stop by so he could tell me how I can keep these comments up on my screen. He knows how to do that stuff. He is a smart man with this YouTuber stuff. watching, 2 thumbs up, and 1 super chat. That's cool, man. Thanks to everybody. Really whipping. My goodness. Mile marker 430.0. So that must mean we're about 43 miles from Illinois. Now I'm doing 75 and here comes a Honda. I've just got to be doing 90. I mean, I don't know. Definitely a lot of wide open spaces here in southern Indiana, that's for sure. Okay, get back on the road. Boonville exit. Boonville and Lincoln. Exciting happens in this video, but I'm just sitting here thinking if something does, we'll have it on video, that's for sure. and it stops. It stops the live stream. I don't know if it did on your end or not. You guys can tell me. And yeah, we do have the law here in Indiana where you're supposed to get over if somebody's on the shoulder of the road. Most people don't do it. You noticed the car in front of me didn't, but I did. So, I don't know. For some reason, I've always just been one that let's play by the rules. And, you know, if we get caught doing something, then we know, hey, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to say I haven't done some things that I'm not supposed to in a vehicle. I mean, right now I'm driving over the speed limit. So, but I'm just saying, you know, stop signs and yield signs and right-of-ways and getting out of the way of someone that's got possible trouble inside the road. I mean, that's common sense, folks. To me, anyway. Hey, it looks like we got somebody else that joined us. Welcome aboard. So, who ate a lot of turkey yesterday? Anybody? I actually didn't overeat yesterday, which was a good thing. It's probably the first time that I can ever remember that I didn't. Just had a little bit of everything. Speed up and speed up. That's some more history that's never taught. One of the great government debacles. Millions of dollars spent on how many people died digging that thing. And then they never used it because it didn't work. And the government was told it wouldn't work, but they did it anyway. You know how it is. Oh, looks like we got somebody in there. aboard. Let us know who you are. Let's say howdy. Big intersections here. We're north of Evansville, Indiana right now. This is Interstate 69, which is one of the worst roads to drive on in Indiana because they built it so fast and so cheap, it's all falling apart now. So I try to stay off of that as much as I can. And the next big intersection down here will be Highway 41. Highway 41 runs north and south between Evansville and, well, it goes up further than Terre Haute. Terre Haute up there by Interstate 70. It's kind of a link between the two. We've been on here about 44 minutes. Got a new video coming out Sunday morning, so be sure to check it out. And I believe this is the one where we put the starter, or I'm sorry, not the starter, but the fuel pump on the Chevy. And I could be mistaken, but I think that's what it is. One of my duties was chasing the lot lizards out of the parking area. Not one of my more favorite things to do. worse. People in there now. 3 thumbs up, and we got some super chats. Thank you to every bit of that. Jim's Fastback Garage. Well, hello, sir. Are you out doing the holiday shopping today? Not me. I'm actually working today. Well, work as it is. I'm driving down to a house to take some pictures, and then I go home and upload those on to the computer, and then they pay me. No, you're not shopping either. I don't blame you. This was not, I've done that Black Friday stuff when Eric, my son, was little, and there'd be some toy that they had 5 of them of, and you had to get there at 4:30 in the morning and stand in line and fight your way in to get it. You know, I've done all that, so yeah, I don't have to do that anymore, thank goodness. Well, welcome aboard. Is it cold up north? You're quite a bit north of me. Actually, you're kind of northeast of me. In flurries. Wow. Okay. Well, it's 36. Nope. No, it dropped down. It's 34 degrees now. It's 34 down here, but it's clear. I mean, it's a really pretty looking day, but boy, it's cold. I had to move the old brown bag out of the way this morning, and I didn't know the old girl was going to start or not, but it did. I'm working on a video right now. That'll be coming out soon, but I've begun to work on that thing. So, yeah. Surprisingly, the rocker panels and stuff are in good shape. The frame's in good shape. Floor pans in the cab are bad, and the support rails under the bed are bad. But that's all fixable. Oh boy, I got one sitting on the side of the road and I can't get over. I hate that. Yeah, I'm doing 75. That car just passed me. I mean, you know, that's just a little bit fast. Down here and turn off the super slab. I don't know how good a signal we'll have heading out through the country. So if we lose everybody, well, that's why. But we got about 10 miles yet before we turn off this interstate. Generally, there's pretty good signal out through here. Well, that's kind of the way it is with me, especially right now. I mean, I'm working outside. Sometimes, depending on what it is, I can get it in the house. I'm getting ready to start a video working on the old seat in my Dodge truck, and I'm going to bring that seat into my office and do it inside because it's just too cold. Well, I mean, it's not too cold, I guess, but yeah, I thought you, I mean, every time I see one of your videos, you're working outside like me, so that's kind of what I figured. But that's all right. I know JB and Lars, they work outside too, so it's just the way it is. I used to have a shop, but I chose to sell it and at a good price and hold on to the money so I could retire. And I still haven't retired, so you know, how's that for? I'm planning on it. Got about another 12 months. That's it. I'm shutting her down. Not the YouTube channel, but my inspection business. I'm gonna stop doing that. Not that I couldn't go ahead and do it. It's just, you know, there's a lot of places yet I want to go. This coming summer, I want to go up to Mount Rushmore. Love to put together several people with their old cars and trucks and take a trip up there if I can find anybody that wants to do that. If not, I'm going to go alone. But it's more fun if you got people traveling with you. What is it you're working on right now, Jim? Oh, you went in October of 2023. Oh, really? Okay, cool. The last video I saw of yours, and I might be watching them out of sequence, was where you were fooling around with that LTD, trying to get that gasket around the pickup tube and gauge float to quit leaking, and I've had that trouble with them before too. And getting that snap ring, or what I call that collar ring, back up under them detents is really critical. If you don't do that, it'll leak every time. And that gasket they send you ain't never right. You got to fool with that thing. I think the last one I did, I wound up making a gasket to get it to quit. It was on a Mercury Marquis, but I think it's about, I mean, the tank, it all looked the same as that LTD you had. So I miss my old LTD. It's for sale again. I saw it on Marketplace, but I don't need another vehicle. I don't have places to keep the ones I've got now. Okay, that was a fault, but I think the ring is not engaged fully. Yeah, that's the way it looks on the video. It looks like that ring is not snapped all the way up in there. You might have to take a punch and making sure that that gasket is centered and then just drive it on up in there. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not there. Only looking at it on camera, so I don't know. Anyway, I like the progress on the LTD for sure, because I've always been partial to those cars. And that one you've got is a lot better shape than the one I had. Or the last one I had. I've had some nice ones, but they're hard to find down here. They've all been crushed and demo derby. They're, especially a sedan or a wagon. I mean, you're just, or yeah, the sedan or the wagon. They're not, you can't find those at all. The hard tops you can find sometimes, but, and everybody says, oh, the parts are all interchangeable, but they're not. But windshields are different. There's the whole roof's design is different. So they might be the same year, but they had definitely different. Oh, it is rusted in the quarter panels. Well, it doesn't really show it on the video, so. But you know, you're in. I would think that where you live, they probably use a lot of salt and stuff on the roads too. I mean, they do around here, that's for sure. I was just saying earlier, my work van, which is got the transmission out of it right now, but my work van is, I think it's a 2006 or 8. So I guess it's, it's fairly old. And it's from the quarter panels down all the way around is rusted out. There's just, it's gone. There's some paint in some areas, but I wouldn't want to poke on it too hard. But everything just rusts out really bad. Now this Toyota I'm driving, I'm in the wife's van, and it's not rusted yet, so that's a knock on plastic, but that's a good thing, I guess. Mile marker 9, getting close. Take the New Harmony exit down here. A lot of people probably heard of New Harmony, Indiana. Well, that ain't where we're going, but we're going to take that exit. Super 6 stock build. Oh, cool. Well, yeah, I'm always curious what's going on with everybody. Yeah, like I said, I don't know how it is for you, but I follow a lot of channels, so I don't really get to see just everything. But I try to watch something on everybody's channel if I can. And I think the last couple things I've watched of you is, one was this fall you were kind of walking around your property showing everything, and then, like I said earlier, you were working on that LTD and the gas tank and something else, I forget what. It's hard to watch everybody's channels. I mean, not just sit all day long. I try to keep this little huge body of mine mobile as I can. You're welcome. I'm glad to do it. You're just one of the channels I like to watch. I think a lot of the channels, this is just my opinion. I've been on YouTube for 17 years, and I've never changed really the way I do my channel. It's just kind of rough, and I might say some silly little quirky things once in a while or something, but that's just kind of who I am. But I have the opportunity to make my channel more professional looking, if you want to use that word of it. But I just kind of like the raw channels, so that's what I like to do. Yes, we did swap phone numbers at the No Name Nationals. I've got your number, and I figure I'm going to try to work my way up that direction sometime, after the first of the year. But yeah, so I mean, some of the channels that I've been watching for years have really gotten professional. And to be honest with you, once they started being more professional, you know, having people do their, I don't know, you can just tell it's different. I don't necessarily think the people maybe are different, but the highly produced YouTube channels, I tend to not watch them too much. Overproduced in some cases, actually. So I just want to see somebody sitting around their shop working on stuff, you know, or like in my case, and Jim says he works outside too. I mean, if we're not in the shop, we're out in the driveway. Luckily, I've got concrete, so that's a little better to lay on than gravel. All right, so we're turning off the interstate here, the big super slab, Interstate 64. So I don't know if we lose signal out through here. The live may be over. So just kind of telling you guys that. I was going to leave it on until I get down here to this house, but I don't know if we'll have signal all the way. Indiana, southern Indiana, we don't even have 5G down here in most places, so we're way behind times. I noticed when we took our trip out west this fall, man, everybody out there's got 5G. It was amazing to me. My channel is not well put together. Yours is getting better all the time. And that not that it was ever bad. Yeah, well, I have improved the camera. I mean, I've upgraded my camera, or actually I don't use a camera, I use a cell phone, but I have upgraded my cell phone to a little better cell phone, so that has helped. I used to use a camera. In fact, one of the folks that was in here earlier, Zach, he's been a follower of mine for years, and he actually bought me a camera, and I used that thing for a couple of years and used it and abused it, really. And it finally got to where it wasn't working correctly, and that's when I started using my cell phone all the time, and then that cell phone quit, and so I had to upgrade to a different one. Now today I'm on my personal cell phone with this live, so. But I think they do pretty good. I mean, the worst thing about using my cell phone or using a cell phone as the camera is the controlling the volumes on it, and I don't have one of the mics that you can clip around, and which I need to probably get a wireless microphone. So I might try to do that. Just throw on the brakes and the blinker, huh? Okay. You might want to, you know, give me a little more advance next time. Anyway, I think that could be a definite upgrade for me. But luckily with my editing software, I can put in there, I can set the range that I want the volumes and try to keep it in the same range, and it will have the capability of moving the volumes up and down to keep it that way. So, man, you know, I can get by doing that. But I just don't want to overproduce my channel because I don't like watching other people's that way. So I'm not going to put out a product that I don't like myself, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You have a wireless mic, but haven't tried it yet. Well, I tell you, I bought one this summer, and I was going to use it. I bought it right before the nonamenationals, and I tried to set it up on my phone and get it to work and all that stuff, and then I found out that it wasn't compatible with my phone. I don't have an Apple phone. So, yeah, I had to, I think I wound up giving that to somebody, I forget who. So I've got to try to get one that's compatible with my phone. I think you do a good job with your getting up under a car with whatever you're using to film with, it's fine. I like it that way. Yeah, you move your volumes with your editing software. That's exactly what I do. I try to just keep them the same because I know a lot of people, they watch on their cell phones apparently and use earbuds, which I don't use, and I don't do anything like that. So I can imagine if all of a sudden stuff starts blasting in your ear, you would tend to not probably watch it anymore. So I try to make my stuff even, so it doesn't do that. Yeah, I keep mine in my little clip. I've got a little clip mount, and I use that to hold it with, but that's what I do too if I'm under something, or if I'm, that's why sometimes my the screen will jump around a little bit or something. If I've got it in my hand, it's not as smooth as if I've got it on the tripod. And then if I'm at a car show or something, or walking around filming, then I do have that gimbal, and I can snap my cell phone camera into that, and then it has the gyros in it, so it kind of keeps everything level, and so that works real nice. But you can't get that thing underneath the vehicle, and I don't have a lift, so everything's down on the ground, crawling around. So this is the New Harmony exit. Amps and stuff is just up here a little ways. Yeah, well, if you've never been there, it's pretty cool, and the history of the town and how it came about is pretty cool. Actually, Kelly and I, my wife and I, we stayed there on our honeymoon 31 years ago, or whatever. Yeah, it'll soon be 31 years ago. We got married in a private ceremony at the judge in DuBois County married us, and then we had an after party or a celebration with the family and everything, and then we went to Las Vegas for our wedding, or for our honeymoon, but we stayed the night in New Harmony and then drove over to St. Louis and took an airplane then out to Vegas. Yeah, and this is the exit that you turn to go to the, or one of them. There's two ways into the state park, and that's one of them right there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a walking trail. It's about a 5 mile, 10 mile, no, I think it's 5 mile walking trail. Kind of goes around the park, and that's it over on the ride. Usually when you're down here and it's good weather, there's a lot of people walking, but I don't think at 34 degrees there's going to be too many people walking today. On Pigeon Forge for a honeymoon. Went to the short track. Well, that's pretty cool. Kelly and I've been to Pigeon Forge. We didn't go to Dollywood. We just went, you know, down in the downtown area and stayed. We went there once. That was quite a few years ago. We were wanting to go to the Biltmore Hotel and over to that town that got wiped out from the hurricane, and so we probably won't be doing that. I don't know that the Biltmore got tore up, but that other town over that town over there that we were going to stay in, it did. I know. So we'll have to give that a few years probably before they can get that all fixed over in there. Pigeon Forge, they have some kind of a big car show thing there every year, because I always watch Sleeper Dude's channel, and they usually go to some big car show thing over in Pigeon Forge area. And it used to be called the Grand Run, really. I don't know how far that is from me. It's quite a drive for me. I don't know. I'd have to look at it up. But I know you got to go through Louisville and keep going that way east, from what I remember. I'm thinking I was pretty close to that a couple of years ago on Power Tour, because we were over in Virginia and North Carolina and some places like that, and I'm thinking we were pretty close to, when I was coming home anyway, that I got pretty close to Pigeon Forge. I just don't really remember. Looks like somebody else joined us. We got 3 people in there now. We'll reach up there and say hello, hello, hello. That's back up to 36 degrees now. But it is windy. It's just whipping this van all over the road. get down here a little closer, I'm going to turn the camera around, because because of client confidentiality, I don't want you to really know where I'm going here. So I will be doing that shortly. Safe. Yeah, well, I will touch base with you first of the year or something. Get a good day. I might I'm looking for a camper topper, and there was one. I was talking with a guy that was up by not Greencastle, that's north of me, but there's another Greenwood or someplace like that that's kind of on the northeast of me, but then that kind of fell through. So anyway, yeah, I'll get a hold of you. It's good. I'm glad you came in, and I appreciate you. The elementary school here. Better slow down a little, I guess. Well, they won't be in school today, most likely. Okay, well, I kind of turned you around here. So you just have to look at me. We'll wrap this video up. I don't really want you to see where I'm going. Not that I care, but I do care because, these are clients, and, you don't want to be putting out there where somebody lives and you're not going to be able to figure it out. You know how that is. I mean, I really try to keep people from knowing where I live, but some of you out there have found me, and it's hard to do that, It's hard to do anything outside and people not be able to figure out where you're at. But you kind of get what I'm talking about. Well, anyway, I appreciate everybody coming in here today, and yeah, I got my Cold War Motor shirt on here, so if you haven't ever watched that channel, that's a pretty good channel. I've watched them for years. Anyway, appreciate you coming in here. Be sure and like and share. And as always, we're making it just like brand used here, baby.